Kathy? I mean, you and I have talked about leadership a lot, and it's a lot about what's behind this event, and we want to be supportive of the women who have important roles in this industry. I'm talking about the entertainment industry. I mean, for you, is that when you were coming up, how, and you of course are the president of Mandalay, not just president of Women in Film, and Mandalay Independent too. Is that, as a woman, is there any issues about that in the industry? I know, we're a very liberal industry and all of that. And
so are there obstacles for women?
Yeah.
That's a big question. I mean, obviously, being the president of Women in Film is something I'm doing entirely for that reason. I think that we always, as you said earlier this morning, we celebrate every victory. It's important that we do, but when we look at the baseline numbers of what's happening in the entertainment business, it's really still sort of duressing in a major way. We frankly, the amount of women who are working as writers and directors and producers in film and television and the expanded media areas right now, if you take, and it's been done in many statistical, different kinds of tests, and if you look at how many women are involved in those roles in the top 250 movies per year since 1998, we've had no change. Wow. We're still at 7%. We've gone to 8 before. We've gone to 6 before. We've had variations in terms of the jobs. We've actually had an increase in executive jobs, but we rarely have somebody who's the top boss. So we have this kind of strange and consistent lack of opportunity issue. And the biggest issue that we've been facing at Women in Film, and I think we've finally gotten a grasp on how to start dealing with this, is really, we keep reporting on this, but we haven't been able to answer the why of why this is happening. And we don't collectively believe as an organization or its members, I think, and we certainly ask, that people think men are trying to keep us down. There seems to be some kind of a conditioned ennui or something about changing this, or some kind of pattern behavior that really hasn't been broken through. And so what we're doing finally at Women in Film, and we're in partnership with the Sundance Film Institute to do this, is that we have initiated in the last year an entire program devoted to statistical research.
Right.
And so where we've really tried to do is what you said this morning, which is let's look at the numbers.
Yeah.
And let's figure this out. Let's collect every piece of information we possibly can as far back as we can get, and let's see, what are we really facing? Why is this happening? And then the second thing that we're doing is we've sort of created a test group of women, and we wanted to study women who we knew already had the potential to be successful in the entertainment arena. And the way that we found this group is these were women who have either gone through the Sundance Lab or who have had one film in the Sundance program, for the annual program. And I used to program the festival, so it's someplace I'm kind of comfortable with too. And so we started with 100, we're doing 3 levels of research. We have 150 women, we have a smaller group of about 40, and then we have a test group of about 18. It seems kind of teeny, but we had to start somewhere. To actually watch every single thing that happens to them as they start to move through the business now, from their young, or if not so young, first stage, and see what's happening and see if we can start to see the roadblocks. And one that's been clear already, and I can't speak statistically to it, but we have early research to see, is that for some reason, if you've got your film at Sundance and you, and the festival's over and there have been winners, one thing I hate about the festival these days, and my old politics of why I left the festival, but is that we have winners, there are winners and losers. But I give this only by way of example, that everybody who got there, and certainly every woman, is a winner. You came from a pool of 4,000 films and you're one of 30, And, or this year I said they think it was closer to 5,000. But the point being, what ends up happening at the end of the festival is there were winners and losers. And what we've been able to see so far is that both the winners and losers who are men find agents, further representation, and generally further jobs. The only women we're seeing that are continuing to be able to get that support is if you were the winner of something. Like, so in other words, you're being judged on a different scale. Like, if you won the audience award or you were the one on the front page of the New York Times, maybe. But what about all the others,